All right, what's going on, everybody? We're here talking about MMA again. We're talking about the UFC per usual. We're talking about something a little bit different today. But we're here to talk about the new GFL league that just started for MMA. And this is very interesting. The reception has been pretty lukewarm, to put it lightly, because they have signed some pretty good names, like the names like Tyron Woodley, names like Tony Ferguson, names like Dylan Dennis. I'm just playing. They have got really good names like Alexander Gustafsson and all of that too. Now, I can't be the only one that wants to see Dylan Dennis scrap. I understand the match with him and Logan Paul was a shit show, but the buildup was so great. Dylan Dennis has talked so much about like Islam and all of these big UFC fighters. We just want to see how he is in MMA. He hasn't fought in years, I think since like 2021 or something like that. He's only 2-0. He talks so crazy on the internet, so I don't even know if he got drafted, to be honest. By the way, the draft got leaked. So this was a very bad start for the GFL, having the draft leaked right away, basically saying that everything was predetermined. There was no draft. Real quick, before I get into the video, 93% of you guys aren't subscribed. So if like MMA, influencer boxing, or boxing content, I post 3 to 4 times a week on this channel at least. So make sure you subscribe. I appreciate you. All right, so the promotion has gotten some hot water just because they're being accused of using AI for their promotions. I really haven't seen them, so we're going to check out the most recent promotion for this GFL and see how ridiculous it really is. Yeah, let's see. People are saying this stuff has been garbage, so let's see if it actually is.
Protect your neck, cause you come next. You oughta know best, this ain't no chess. I'm a dragon, my town, my cage, my nest. Protect your neck.
It sounds like a Phineas and Ferb song. I'll be the best, clean my mess? What?
I'm haunted by a mountainous silhouette lurking under my skin, constricting my reason, it's fiending to break out and spin.
I mean, I guess some of this looks cool, but like it definitely is AI generated.
Keep darkness in captivity so it may not devour my sanity, clarity, both teetering on the brink. I'm scaring me, apparently I'm bleeding black ink. I cradle the chaos, cradle the fists that clash. Taste the salted sweat of regret each time I lash. If I can't find a ring or a mat, the monster tears at the seams, so I let it off the leash to defend my team.
I don't think I'll get copyrighted because I think this is an AI song. Future of fighting is quite debatable, to be honest. Like, yeah, there definitely is some questions about this league in general. So one of these things that's very questionable about this whole GFL thing is how the hell they have all this money to pay all of these former UFC fighters and big names. I would have no clue how they're starting from scratch and just having all of this money to sign all these guys, and them using AI for promotion, even like the song, the graphics and everything. Makes it look like they're already cutting corners with prices, which is a bit concerning. I don't know how long this will really last. If you want to be the best, then clean my mess. I don't know. It has to be an AI-generated lyric, because if a man wrote that, then I don't know what he means by that. So yeah, I don't have any doubts that there could be some amazing matchups in this card for how long it's going to last. But like I said, I have some concerns. If they could actually even fund this thing, I'm getting Kingpin vibes with influencer boxing, if you guys remember that. But I could see them like throwing like 1 or 2 events and going bankrupt. And it's very weird because how it works is like teams per city, like Los Angeles, Dubai, London, all have a team. So I assume the fight cards are going to be team versus team. So it's going to be 10 fights. There's 10 people on the teams. Besides like New York for some reason. Maybe that was just the league wasn't like finished, so New York didn't get like all their people on the board. But it's probably 2 teams facing each other is a card, is probably how it's going to work, I'm assuming. I don't know what their plans are for when, like, if a team wins a bunch, if there's like a reward or something. Is this how the teams are forever going to be? Because it's just hard to picture an MMA organization with teams. Like, I feel like that's just a very weird concept. Like, especially with how weight classes work. Like, isn't that going to like shorten like the weight classes? Is there only a certain amount of people per weight class per team, so the matchups are still like possible? Because if they're getting names like Tony Ferguson and other names in the UFC that are a little bit past their prime, but they were still very likely to get re-signed or they had a couple deals left. I think Tony Ferguson still had a fight on this deal. They have to be paying good for them to convince these people to come to the GFL and not the UFC. Because like I said, there's no real certainty about this thing. I think there's like a 70-30 chance that this place goes bankrupt. Like actually, like I just don't see how they can fund these events. Are they going to cut corners with the arenas? They're going to cut corners with some stuff that is going to make things look very ghetto, I feel like. Because they're already having this AI approach where they're doing AI promos and AI even. I think that really is an AI song. That did not sound natural at all. That's already them cutting corners in my eyes. So this is very interesting if this is even going to work. Let me know if you guys agree in the comments. They do have some intriguing names. Like I said, I am very intrigued by Dylan Dennis fighting like actually in MMA. It would be very good competition, too, in this GFL. I feel like they mostly have very tough matchups for Dylan Dennis, so there's going to be a lot of interesting fights. Tony Ferguson versus Dylan Dennis, unironically, might actually be kind of a banger fight in the build-up and maybe in the ring. I don't know. I don't know how good Dylan is because we haven't seen him in so long. Will he destroy Tony Ferguson on the ground? We don't know. We know Tony Ferguson is a very balanced fighter in general, even though he's been on a historic losing streak. So like most businesses in general, I feel like there's going to be a good amount of time where they don't even profit off their product, which is what's going to cause some problems. They're going to be probably paying out of pocket for a lot of stuff that they're paying for. I do think the first event will do well, but I don't even know if that's going to cover the money that they spent on all these fighters, even if they have a great pay-per-view. But they're going to have to do a lot better promo than an AI-generated promotion. Like, they're going to have to do better than that. They can't just rely on the names. Like, names like Sage Northcutt that started his UFC career very, very young and really fell off. He has an opportunity to make a name for himself in this again, which is one thing. Dylan Dennis has a real chance to make a name for himself. So overall, I think there is a real chance that this could be a positive thing, but I do think it is like 30%. I'm not even going to lie. Like, this could almost be looked at as like a G League for the UFC. Like you can make your name in GFL. I know that's what people call Bellator, but this league has way more names than Bellator right now. I just want to know where this money's coming from because they're definitely paying these people a lot of money. I want to know where the money's coming from. Is this like a rich family like Turkey Al Sheikh, like bringing high money fights to boxing, Riyadh season in general, the Albani family trying to get into it, like trying to set up Conor McGregor versus Logan Paul, which is probably not going to happen, but they're trying to do big things like that. I'm assuming it's one of those families, but if it isn't, this is going to go downhill really fast because like I said, I think they're going to be paying out of pocket for a little bit. I'm sure that they're going to get a good amount of pay-per-views for this event because it's so hectic and it's being talked about so much, but how much is it really going to profit in the first event? I'm assuming their first event is going to be Team Dubai versus somebody else because Tyron Woodley was the first overall pick, so they're probably going to want him to be in the first event. He's probably one of the bigger names on the whole GFL roster, so they'll probably do that first. Like I said, the way the cards are probably going to work is probably going to be two teams facing each other, 10 fights. I think there's like 10 people per team. So it would make sense. 10 fight card is usually how it goes for like the UFC and everything. Maybe a little bit more with like prelims and stuff like that. But yeah, I just want to come on here and give my thoughts about the whole entire GFL and like the whole promotion and what I think about it lasting and all this, if this is really going to work. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, though. That is more interesting to me. I want to know what the public thinks about this, if you think it's going to work, if you think it's not going to work, if they're going to go bankrupt. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you think it's the future of fighting, even though most of the people they're signed are people out of their prime. I don't really know how that's going to be the future of fighting if they're all about to retire in 3 to 5 years. So yeah, the GFL, the draft, the promotion, what a fucking shit show to start things off. Hopefully they prove me wrong because more good MMA. Who's going to complain about that? I just don't know how certain I am about this. Let me know what matchups you are excited for in the comments, like who Tyron's going to fight, who Dylan Dennis is going to fight. Do you want to see Dylan Dennis versus Tony Ferguson, and why do you? So yeah, that's all I had to say about this whole GFL situation. I just wanted to talk about. Not too much to talk about today in general. Just ended up winning like the hot topic conversation that I end up having the night before. But yeah, man, make sure you guys like the video if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe if you like boxing, MMA, or influencer boxing content. I post 2 to 4 times a week on this channel, like I said before. And be sure to turn on notifications because you do not want to trust YouTube's algorithm for me to just pop up, especially if you're not subscribed. I won't. So just turn on notifications so you know when I post. So any advice that I would give to the head of GFL, if they're somehow watching my video and seeing what people think, is the AI song is a bit too far. Just pay somebody to get an actual song that fits. The AI promotion, I mean, I guess it's fine, but like it looks a bit like PS2. If I was you guys, I would take the promotion a bit more serious. I know that you guys are probably behind with money already, but at this point, if you're just gonna have one great event, just have one great event in my eyes. So yeah, man, the GFL, this looks very uncertain. Let me know if you guys are excited for it down below. Thank you guys for listening to me yap like usual. God bless every single one of you, and peace out. Yeah. She telling me move on. I'm telling her back. Now she proved wrong. She feeling regret. Got my new bitch. I'm getting her wet. Got that new phone. I shoot at the back. I don't do fun. So show me respect. I'm like Wukong. I go for the neck. Because yo man, Louis just bones. Yeah, you love him, but you hit on my phone. If you came here, I'm hitting it prone. You can't take this. I hit like a pro. Ho, ho, yeah.